Forza Horizon 5, and a brand new feature that is just massive. Let me explain. Now, usually for these sorts of videos, I would start this video off by explaining the festival playlist. However, the festival playlist, again, as with Update 44 and Update 45, just gives you another chance to unlock stuff you might have missed from previous months. So there is a brand new way that the developers are introducing in Update 46 to unlock cars. And to explain how you can unlock the cars, I need to explain this new feature. The big new feature for Horizon Realms is, well, Horizon Realms. That's the name of the new feature. Essentially, Horizon Realms allows you to go back in time and revisit some of the most famous evolving world locations from Forza Horizon 5's history. Things like the stunt park, the ice rink, the Cars and Coffee Cafe, the stadium maze, etc. In total, there are 12 unique places for us to revisit in Horizon Realms. If you're so inclined, here is a full list of all of the places that you can actually revisit as a part of Horizon Realms. And I keep using this word revisit, but technically that's incorrect. There is actually one new place for us to go and explore, and there is a new racetrack out at the Horizon Stadium. I don't actually know if this has like a name just yet, but it looks incredible. I love the scenery out at this new racetrack. It looks awesome. I cannot wait to go and rip up this racetrack and set some very mediocre times on the Rivals leaderboard. This new racetrack is actually going to be added into like the rotation of Horizon open racetracks that you can go and race around like in competitive multiplayer, but it's also going to be one of the 12 places that you'll be able to visit as a part of Horizon Realms with your friends, which is pretty cool. Now, let me explain exactly what Horizon Realms is, because you might be a little confused. I know I was. First and foremost, unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, we don't actually have any specific dedicated gameplay of Horizon Realms, like, actually working, so I'm just gonna do my best to try to describe what this feature is with the information that we were given, but some information as of right now, so we're gonna kind of need to wait and see how this mode actually plays out, but let me do my best to explain what it is with the information that we were given. Right out of the gate, when you pause your game in Forza Horizon 5, there's going to be a new tab called Horizon Realms, and you can start up a session either in solo or with your friends in a multiplayer session to revisit some of those evolving world locations. And specifically, when you start up those sessions, there are two different game modes that you can enter. Mode number one is a skill mode, where it's your goal to get as much skill score and bank as much skill score as possible in your session, and as you go on, you'll move up the leaderboard and up the rank. I don't know how many people are going to do that with this, if I'm honest, because mode number two is a free mode session, like a free roam. Basically, in the free mode session, you just drive around, explore the things, and explore the open world as you wish with your friends, which I've got a sneaking suspicion is probably how the vast majority of people are going to play this new mode, but I'm excited to try the skill mode out for myself and see what it is. Now, I know what you might be saying, but Nick, all I care about is the new cars. How does this new game mode help me unlock new cars? Well, let me explain. As a part of Horizon Realms, the developers are introducing over 60 new accolades. Now again, I know what you might be saying, but Nick, nobody cares about accolades, which might be true, but this time you might want to. Again, for two different reasons. Number one, if you missed any accolades as associated with like those evolving world things, say for example you had to knock down some Christmas trees at the ice rink, you can actually go and revisit those and unlock those accolades if you missed them. If you're like a completionist, have fun, you can go and do those now. But number two, also as a part of Horizon Realms, all 12 of these Horizon Realms are introducing 5 unique new accolades into the game for a total of about 60 new ones. Now here's the thing, 4 of the new cars in this month's update actually require you to go into certain realms and do certain things to unlock said accolades to unlock those cars. Again, at the time of recording this video, we don't know what the accolades might be, how hard they're going to be to actually go and unlock the new cars. All we know is that you have to unlock accolades to unlock the new cars. I feel like we should talk about the new cars. These are pretty cool. Now, you know what? I'm just going to get this out of the way right at the start. This month's update, these 4 cars that I'm about to mention are straight up some of the coolest cars we have ever had in a monthly update. I love all of these cars for very unique reasons, and they're so sick. So let's just jump into it. Car number 1 for unlocking a certain accolade in Horizon Realms is the 2024 Lamborghini Revuelto. Yes, it is finally coming to Forza Horizon 5. The exclusivity deal, we assume, with the crew is officially over, and it's finally making its debut in Forza Horizon. For those of you who don't know, it's got an awesome 6.5-liter V12 that puts out, I think, like 700 horsepower, but then it has an additional 3 electric motors on board that boosts the horsepower to over 1,000. It does 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, and it is a monster. These cars are starting to get delivered to real customers in real life, and every single time one of these things pops up on the road, it is just unbelievable. They are truly a work of art, and I absolutely love these things. The only downside, they're a little expensive. They'll run you about 600 grand if you buy one new. If you buy one used, probably like $1 million. And now here's the craziest thing. What if I told you the Lamborghini Revuelto isn't the coolest Lamborghini coming in this month's update? Because this is as well work of art, and one of my favorite cars of the past probably 5-10 years or so. They're a little expensive. This is the 2023 Lamborghini Huracan. If you buy one new, if you buy one used, I love this trend like of these hardcore. And now here's the craziest thing. I own a Ford Raptor in real life. I love Lamborghini Revuelto, big chunky off-roaders. The coolest Lamborghini coming in this month's update, because this is even better. Work of art, and I absolutely cars of the past. The only downside is they're a little expensive. They'll run you about Lamborghini Huracan. Except this thing has lifted up suspension, chunky wheels, and light bars, and it looks incredible. These things were actually so popular when Lamborghini announced them. They said they were going to make like 500-ish of the Lamborghini Huracan Sturados. They were so popular and they had so much interest, they ended up tripling the number and produced 1,500 of these things. Wild. I love them. They run about 300 grand. So again, that's the one downside, but very cool. Such a cool car. Probably my favorite car in this month's update. Moving on to car number 3 that again, you can unlock by getting an accolade, is this, the 2018 Lotus Exige Cup 430. This is the most powerful Lotus Exige Lotus has ever built, with 430 horsepower from a 3.5-liter V6 engine, and it only weighs 2,300 pounds. This is a monster. I've always loved these small, little, lightweight British sports cars, and this thing is just awesome. It's got a carbon fiber body, titanium exhaust, and it produces 500 pounds of downforce. If you thought Lotuses were already good in the corners, this takes it up to like an 11 out of 10. I am very, very excited to unlock this Lotus Exige and then take it out to that new racetrack. I think it'll be like the ultimate combination. Small little lightweight car that can handle all the tight, twisty corners, but it's also got some horsepower to back it up down some of those bigger straights. I think this might be a very, very competitive car in FH5. Obviously, depending on what customization options we get for it, we will have to see. And on the topic of customization, we also need to address the elephant in the room, or I should say, the mammoth in the room. This is the 2022 Hennessy Mammoth 6x6. It is such an unbelievably stupid car. I cannot believe this thing exists. I love it. Let me just read you off the spec sheet for this thing because it is wild. It's got 1,000 horsepower, 969 foot-pounds of torque. Nice. And it is also 283 inches long. That is 25 feet long. That is unbelievable. Hennessy actually said they are only going to be making 12 of these things a year, one every single month. And they're going to start at $450,000, which is wild. I love these things. I'll never own one. I'll never probably even see one, but I love the fact that these exist. They are so sick. Now, here's actually the really cool thing. Because this update dropped on April 25th, and all of the Horizon realms are actually going to be available from that specific date, you can actually go and unlock all 4 of these cars that I just mentioned on day 1. There is no waiting around for a specific month. There is no waiting around for a specific festival playlist. And if you quote-unquote
all of the
miss
Horizon
that week,
realms are
it
actually
doesn't
going to be
matter.
available
You can
from that
unlock these
specific
cars
date.
at any
You can actually
point
go
in
and
time,
unlock
which is
all
very,
four of these
very
cars that I just mentioned.
Anyways, all
on
this to say, we have
one.
4
There is no waiting
extremely
around
cool
for a
cars
specific
dropping
month.
all on the
There is
same
no
day,
waiting
and I
around
need
for a
you
specific
guys
festival
to
playlist.
pick one of them.
And
I
all
should
of
make
the
a video
Horizon
on
realms are
April
actually going to be
29th,
available
day one.
from that
What's
specific
our
date.
first car
And
I
you can
drive?
actually go and unlock
One of the
all
things
four
I
of
am
these
very
cars that I just mentioned.
Anyways,
On day one, there is no waiting around for a specific month. There is no waiting around for a specific festival playlist.
And like new
all
props or
of
whatever
these
video
Horizon
on.
realms are actually going to be available from that specific date. And you can actually go and
have
unlock
fun,
all
and it's
very
feel like we're kind of, you know,
day
some of
one.
these new
There is
cars
no
that have
waiting
developed
around for a
here you go,
specific
here's
month.
the
There is
anyway,
no
like,
waiting
they
around
started
for a
crashing,
specific
there
festival
are
playlist.
these cars like coming for
All of these Horizon realms are actually going to be available from that specific date. And you can actually go and unlock all very feel like this kind of, you know, day one. There is no waiting around for a specific month. There is no waiting around for a specific.
This car pack will be completely free for you, which is pretty cool. Anyways, the 4 cars that are included in this car pack are so I've never even heard of some of these cars before. Let's talk about them. Car number 1 is this. The 1989 Nissan POW. It's a tiny retro hot hatchback. Well, maybe hot isn't the correct word. I mean, it looks hot, but it's not fast. It's not even a little bit fast. This thing has a 1-liter engine, a 3-speed automatic transmission, or a 5-speed, depending on which one you buy, and it has 51 horsepower. Oh yeah. Car number 2 is a car that I guarantee more of you guys have seen. This is the 1991 Nissan Figaro. You just have to say it like that. You could say Figaro, but it's just more fun to go Figaro. Like the Nissan POW, this thing is not fast. Not even a little bit. It's got the same 1-liter engine, except this one has some new upgrades on it that tunes it up to 75 horsepower. Apparently, it has a top speed of 106 miles an hour, and that wasn't even going down a hill. So, well played, Nissan. If you're from the UK, chances are you really, really like this car. Here's what's really cool about it. This car, the Nissan Figaro, was only ever sold in Japan. It was a true JDM car. However, when the people from the UK discovered it, they immediately fell in love with it. The small engine, the good fuel economy, the small size, and everything. It was perfect for the UK, and the UK bought them. And when I say they bought them, they bought thousands of them and imported them into the UK, and you will still find these things roaming around the UK roads. Well, at least the ones that haven't rusted away. But other than that, there are probably tens of them still on the road. Let's just move on to car number 3 in this month's car pack, and probably my second favorite car in this month's update. This is the 1989 Nissan S Cargo. Yes, it is finally here. The ugly duckling has arrived on the streets of Mexico. In real life, only 8,000 of these Nissan S-Cargos were ever made. They've got a 1.5-liter engine, a 3-speed automatic transmission, and I'm not gonna lie, they were awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, in real life, they might not have actually been too bad to drive, but they're awful little cars. However, everybody loves them. If you ever get the chance to see one of these things drive down the road or spot one in like an old car museum, it will simply make your day better. It's just, it has that effect on people. And the Nissan S-Cargo is incredible. And then last but not least, our 4th and final car in the Nissan Heritage car pack is this. The 1987 Nissan BE1 or B1? I don't actually know how you pronounce this car, but anyways, I'm not gonna lie, as of 5 minutes ago, I knew nothing about this car, so I apologize. I've never heard of this thing before, but I did a bit of research. Let me tell you about it. Number 1, looks incredible. The front looks so cool. The rear, I'm in love with the taillights. It looks so sick. What's actually interesting with this car and a lot of the other cars that I mentioned in this car pack is when they debuted, Nissan didn't actually tell people they were Nissan. all of these cars were actually part of the Pikes Car Factory in Japan. They were basically one of Nissan's special project groups that they were like developing these special cars at the time. And all 4 of these cars were developed there. One thing I really hope for all of these cars is that they have some unique customization. Because again, this Nissan B1, it's only got 50 horsepower. I'm really hoping the developers embrace some memes. Give us a Nissan GTR engine. Give us 1,000 horsepower something engine. Or even 1,005 because it'd be funny. We will have to see though. These cars also drop on April 25th. It is going to be a very, very busy time at the end of April, but I could not be more excited. PlayStation 5, Forza Horizon 5, and a brand new update with 8 new cars and a massive new feature. Let me know which one of these new cars is your most favorite and which one I should drive on day 1. Thanks so much for watching. That is Horizon Realm. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. This is the FH5 Update 44, I actually don't think this update has a name. Update. All you need to know about the FH5 Update 44 is it dropped earlier today and it includes nothing really new. Basically, long story short, the developers are using Update 44 as like a repeat month, so you can go in and unlock some of the stuff you might have missed in previous months. You can go and do that this month. We're not going to focus on Update 44. Let's move on to Update 45, I also don't know if this update has a name. Update. I've got to assume the developers didn't tell me anything about it, so I've got to assume this update is probably the same as Update 44. Basically, another chance to go and unlock some of the special cars and outfits and whatever you want to unlock in FH5 that you might have missed from previous months. Which is why we're going to move on to the FH5 Update 46, the Horizon Realms update. So what's really cool about Horizon Realms is this is the first update available for the PlayStation 5 version of Forza Horizon 5, obviously for the Xbox and the PC as well. This update comes out on April 25th, and this is a big update. We have 8 all new cars coming to Forza Horizon 5 and a brand new feature that is just massive. Let me explain. Now, usually for these sorts of videos, I would start this video off by explaining the festival playlist. However, the festival playlist, again, as with Update 44 and Update 45, just gives you another chance to unlock stuff you might have missed from previous months. So there is a brand new way that the developers are introducing in Update 46 to unlock cars. And to explain how you can unlock the cars, I need to explain this new feature. The big new feature for Horizon Realms is, well, Horizon Realms. That's the name of the new feature. Essentially, Horizon Realms allows you to go back in time and revisit some of the most famous evolving world locations from Forza Horizon 5's history. Things like the stunt park, the ice rink, the Cars and Coffee Cafe, the stadium maze, etc. In total, there are 12 unique places for us to revisit in Horizon Realms. If you're so inclined, here is a full list of all of the places that you can actually revisit as a part of Horizon Realms. And I keep using this word revisit, but technically that's incorrect. There is actually one new place for us to go and explore, and there is a new racetrack out at the Horizon Stadium. I don't actually know if this has like a name just yet, but it looks incredible. I love the scenery out at this new racetrack. It looks awesome. I cannot wait to go and rip up this racetrack and set some very mediocre times on the Rivals leaderboard. This new racetrack is actually going to be added into like the rotation of Horizon Open racetracks that you can go and race around like in competitive multiplayer, but it's also going to be one of the 12 places that you'll be able to visit as a part of Horizon Realms with your friends, which is pretty cool. Now, let me explain exactly what Horizon Realms is. This new racetrack is actually going to be added into like the rotation of Horizon Open racetracks that you can go and race around like in we don't actually have any specific dedicated one of Horizon Realms that you'll be able to visit as a part of Horizon Realms with your friends, which is pretty cool. Now, let me explain exactly what Horizon Realms is. This new racetrack is actually going to be added right now like the rotation of Horizon Open racetracks that you can race around like in we don't actually have any supposed to explain what it is, but the information of the right out of the gate when you pause this game as a part I'm just going to do my best to ride with your friend right now, and you can start up
as a
with
player,
that.
this track is actually going to add it right now. I don't know. This track is actually going to be added right now. I know. Horizon and race track, you can have race right now, but we don't actually have any. But it's also going to be